Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got 4 replays for you on the tier 8 tech tree light tank, the WZ-132, and as the title suggests, I have gone for the third mark of excellence on this one. So before we get into the gameplay, you'll see the equipment I run on this tank. So I've got optics, camo net and gun rammer, and then on the perks I've got born leader, rapid reload, sixth sense, situational awareness, camouflage expertise, steady aim, muffled shot, green thumb and snapshot. So the first replay then I've got for you, we're actually bottom tier in this one, and I'm on Nomonhan and I'm on the good spawn for this one. So you know, I can get up to basically this ridge, which is precisely what this M41D is doing, which is a bit frustrating because obviously when you're trying to go for marks, you know, this is probably a greedy point of view, but you kind of just want to be the only light tank here or in the game. You don't really want other light tanks in the game because you then have to share the assist that you get. So, but it's what it is. Yeah, we're paired up with 2 other light tanks, just gonna have to deal with it, and we've come up to sort of where we wanted to be. We've got a tiny bit of assist out of this, and this is where it's just all about being patient, as you know, with any tank you go to 3 mark, but particularly in this situation where you're sort of sharing your assist, where you've got 2 light tanks that potentially going to be sort of taking your assist. But yeah, the patience is paying off. You know, we're not doing too bad sort of being in this position. We are picking up some assist. Decided to go for a shot there on the side of the KV4. Now we're quite lucky that we actually avoided the shot from the WZ-132 that's on the left here. We tried snapping a shot in there, but we were sort of more conscious that we didn't want to take a shot from the WZ-132. We then spot up an enemy tank destroyer on the left hand side here, and I'm hoping that our team can actually start getting some shots into these guys on the left. I don't know whether I'll be spotting them or not, or whether it be the M41D. There's a Ruthless on the left there, so I do have to be careful because that Ruthless can actually one-shot us if he pens us. So I need to bear that in mind. This sharpshooter's decided to pop up here, and we get a nice chunk of assist from whoever sort of on our team shot that sharpshooter. The Ruthless is now starting to get pegged here, and this is good for us. We're up to 1900 assist. That also backs that Ruthless off, so this is really good for us because now we can pop back up. Unfortunately, we get a bounce off the side of the Death Star there, which is really unfortunate. Damage wise, we've actually not done really anything. We've done 1 shot of damage, but we picked up 2.6k assist. I was gonna try and go for the kill shot on that Conway, but he gets taken out already. Gonna aim for the light tank. Unfortunately, the light tank just decides to do a switcheroo and change direction right at the last minute, which is always frustrating. I was hoping to get at least 1 shot into that light tank before he left, but never mind, not to worry. We are going to push up. We can see our team over on the 1 line there is starting to progress. Now we get a shot into that Scorpion, which is fortunate. That was a lucky shot actually, so I think that was could have gone could have completely missed if that Scorpion did kept backing up any earlier. Then the Sheridan comes into our view. We're just moving up to this rock now because we want to stay safe from any tanks to our right. We're trying to aim a shot onto that heavy tank. Unfortunately, it just bounces. Now we see the enemy light tank YOLOing sort of out in the middle. He does get a shot into us, which is quite annoying. I've decided I wanted to sort of go into the low ground and try and take out this light tank because you know, if we can take out the enemy light tanks, then it's going to be a bonus for us because they're not going to keep spotting us up. However, we do an absolute awful job of aiming there. We actually miss all our shots, which is really embarrassing. But the waffle luckily takes him out, and that gets rid of that light tank. There's only 1 light tank left on the enemy team. We sneak a shot into the side of the Death Star, and we're in a good position now where we've got side shots on these tanks. They're completely distracted. Was trying to go for the KV4, but unfortunately RB just kept focusing on the Ruthless. It was annoying when that happens. And the KV-4 is actually looking at us, so we're just going to bide our time. And we're just going to wait until our friendly team actually takes the distraction off. I think they're probably more concerned about that Ruthless. And you see the KV-4 there is just hard aiming this area. He knows we're going to sort of pop up. And we managed to get a shot in. Again, just waiting, just taking our time. But yeah, we squeezed a kill shot in there on that enemy KV-4 who has just decided to hard aim the position. There's only 2 tanks left, so we decided we are going to move on to this WZ-132 who is completely distracted by our M41D. The WZ-132 actually gets taken up by the Sheridan, but the WZ-132 is now onto a one shot. I say the WZ-132 got taken out, our friendly light tank got took out by the Sheridan. Sheridan's actually got quite a few hit points left. We tried snapping a shot in there, unfortunately it doesn't connect. But he gets taken out by our friendly Waffle, bringing an end to replay number 1. So a bit of cat and mouse here, a bit of patience, but persistence pays off, and we come top of the board there with 2 kills, 2.1k damage and 2.8k assists. So a nice well-rounded sort of 4.9k game there, which gets us the first class medal. We're up to 93.11%, so still a little while to go, but yeah, just it's a good replay to add because it sort of shows how your persistence pays off, and also when you're bottom tier, you're definitely sort of taking that more sort of passive, calm approach. So yeah, that ended up quite a nice game for us in the end. But on to the second replay now. We're on Cliff, and Cliff is a map for light tanks. Hit and miss. I mean, you know, essentially I am going to make the play up into the middle. Now this is very risky for many reasons. Obviously you're going to get caught out by a light tank coming the other way, or any enemy tanks coming the other way. Now I do a wide swing there. I'm not quite sure why I've done that, but it kind of pays off actually, because we've lit up 7 tanks in their spawn. But unfortunately, for all our teams sitting on the one line, we've only got 1 bit of assist, and that's just for a tracking shot that someone done. So not the best of starts really, considering we've lit up pretty much the majority of the team. You see we've got 12 spots there, which is crazy, and yet we've only got 2 track shots. So yeah, thanks team. Really good aim, and it doesn't really sort of fill me with confidence when that happens, because you know, all our team are on the one line, which usually spells disaster, usually spells it's going to be a loss because we have no map control at all. We see the enemy light tanks actually pushing up to the hill. Now we see this VK Adler, which is out in the middle. We're going to get some shots into the side of that tank, all the while keeping an eye on the one line, because I don't want anybody sort of making a push into the middle. I'll be very surprised if they manage to, but given the fact that we spot up 12 targets and we didn't get any assist out of that, it wouldn't surprise me if they managed to push through unscathed. But at the moment we're doing alright, we aren't getting pressed in the middle, so that's good. We've got shots at targets in the middle. Yes, we are getting spotted up, but we're managing to get back. Now this Adler has decided to get on the move, which is a bit of concern because I didn't want that Adler sort of squeezing up in the middle. You can see this medium tank running away. Unfortunately, we did not lead our shot, and that was a very, very poorly aimed shot. So we're going to focus on the light tank instead, but unfortunately we just missed that shot. I'm trying not to take any hits off the light tank, but unfortunately we do. And then we take a shot off something else as well. I think it might be that Liberté that's rushing forwards. We do squeeze a shot into the side of that Liberté as he crosses. We're still lit here. We've got damaged fuel tanks, so that's not good. We should probably fix that, but we probably won't because we never do. As my friend Kingpin always points out, you should always fix your fuel tanks. But I'm too focused on what's going on and also how the game is progressing. We're actually doing pretty well. We've lost 1 tank, while the enemy team have lost 6. So the kill ratio per team is really working in our favour there. And we got a shot into that tank destroyer that's climbing up. Now we can see this enemy TNH crossing, which has given us his side, so we're going to get some shots in there. Still targeted by that enemy light tank, which is quite frustrating. I'm going to squeeze a shot into the TNH, and now I'm going to try and make a run for it here. because I don't want to get shot by that light tank who's still holding that hill, which is really annoying. I'd love to get rid of that light tank because at the moment that's the only thing that's sort of causing us a spot of bother. Tries squeezing a shot in there, but unfortunately the light tank just manages to get out. Can we squeeze a shot? We do. Putting him onto a one shot now. The light tank tries flinging a shot back to us, but doesn't connect, which is fortunate for us. Now that light tank's going to have to play very, very cautious, so that kind of gives me the confidence that I can kind of go back to this spot and get shots into the side of these tanks here. Unfortunately, we didn't aim that shot well enough, which is really poor from us. Light tank's still trying to have a go at us. Do need to be careful still. And again, I'm just sort of driving back, just getting into cover. The light tank gets spotted. I'd love to be able to take him out, and luckily our Panther manages to take him out, so now we don't have to worry about that enemy light tank getting shots into us all the time. Squeeze another shot into that TNH that's crossing there. I'm hoping that he'll back up and give us a little bit of a shot. We can see his cupola though, or side of his turret I should say, and we do squeeze a shot in there. Now this TNH is in all sorts of problems. Tried to line up a shot which was aimed in, but it's one of the problems of the WZ. It can have a little bit troll accuracy, but nonetheless we do manage to get the kill shot in. Two tanks left, one of which is a Stern Panzer which is crossing. Squeeze another shot in for our second kill of the game there, and we're up to a really nice chunk of damage of 4.2k there. And unfortunately this tank is just kind of out of our sort of scope range. I'm surprised we managed to slide down without dying. We kind of just tried getting down as quickly as possible without dying, which we'd done, but unfortunately the heavy tank managed to get taken out. But still we come out with a really nice bit of damage there, 4.2k damage, only 227 assists, which let's say is crazy when we got 12 detections right at the start of the game. 2 kills, picking up the first class medal and the high caliber. And yeah, move up to 93.12. These games were sort of, they weren't, you know, in sequence with each other. They're probably sort of 2 games from various stages. It did take me a little while to get this tank done, to be fair, and I did have obviously peaks and troughs of games in between. I did get close to the third mark quite a few times actually, but unfortunately, you know, just that luck, isn't it? You know, you get your final game, you think I'm going to get it this time, and then lo and behold you get Mountain Pass or Himmelsdorf. You know, completely ridiculous maps where light tank can't ride, usually bottom tier as well, so it's like, yeah, it's not really going to happen. But the third replay here, we're on Moravanka, which is a very nice map for a light tank. In fact, Moravanka I'd probably say is one of my more favourite maps to play. Overall in general, to be fair, because I think, you know, there's something for everyone. Basically every class can sort of thrive on this map. I think you've got the brawling zone on the right here. Mediums can obviously play the flanks, artillery's got plenty to shoot at, and you've got your heavy tank brawl zone on the one line as well, and TDs can naturally stay at the back. You've got plenty of cover on either side to make this work. And light tanks here, as I've done on this side, I've come up to this mid-ridge because I want to cross the tanks that are moving over into the forest area on the 9 line. We've got 2 artillery, but none of them have decided to take any shots. I'm assuming they're probably focused more on the left-hand side, which is fair enough. Let's say it is a brawl zone with plenty of heavies fighting it out, so the artillery probably had better shots at stuff that is sat still, so I don't blame them really. But we do get a nice shot into that Brombar. We pick up our first little bit of assist here. That Carnarvon is getting shot at as well, which is nice. We poked a shot there. We've snapped it only because obviously we were targeted. I didn't want to take any shots in return. Now we've got shots on stuff in the middle, and this is good because we can pick up some extra damage here. And we can put another angle on those tanks in the middle, but they go unspotted. So we're going to go back to focusing tanks that are crossing. Now we've been lit up though, we do need to be careful that middle section because obviously tanks can get shots on us. See this T28 prot, we try sneaking a shot in, but unfortunately it doesn't quite connect. See, the team are losing here actually. We've lost 3 tanks already and the enemy team have only just lost 1. So need to obviously bear that in mind. We get a nice shot into the Guardian STG there, Armour in, but now we've got this M42 that's decided he's going to sort of YOLO us, gets a shot in which kills our loader, which is frustrating. And I'm going to back out here. I don't want to sort of take that fight. I could probably take out the M42, but at the same time I don't want to take all that damage off that M42 unnecessarily. See this Barras that's YOLOing, we get a lovely shot on the move there. That is a beautiful shot, damaging his Armour. I'm not really sure what this Barras is trying to achieve other than just aping, but I want to get rid of the Barras because it's a very dangerous tank on this map. And we snap a shot in there, picking up the first kill of the game, getting rid of a dangerous tank. The games are, well, this game is quite even here. And now we've got his Type 59 that decides he wants to enter the melee of the 1v1 on myself. Unfortunately for him, artillery tracks him in place, we sneak a shot in, and then our friendly Dragon takes him out, which is quite decent. The T-150 stuck up there, giving us his turret, so we're going to squeeze a shot in. Can we get the kill shot? We can. Picking up our second kill of the game. And yeah, this game is still fairly even, to be fair. Now we see the Becky Lynch, the premium, well, not premium, but the yeah, premium version of the Senlac, or skin version of the Senlac, I should say, who's getting taken out by our M42. We squeeze a shot in there. I want to take this Becky Lynch out if I can. But he gets taken up by our SU-130. Now we just have one light tank left to worry about, which is this T-21, which, if I'm honest, is more of a medium than a light tank. I'm really classed as a proper light tank. But we managed to take out the T-21, eliminating all their vision, which is decent. That means that we can have free reign now of the spotting without having to worry about being lit up or YOLO'd by any of their light tanks. So we see this VK who's full health, so naturally this is going to be my next target if I can hopefully get some shots in. Unfortunately just gets behind a building, but then sort of passes the building into our gun line, and we manage to squeeze a shot in. Now I'm going to close the distance, but the Shashka beats me to it and manages to get the shot in, taking out that VK. The enemy tank destroyer is all the way over the other side, so I've decided let's go for the HE and let's go after artillery and see if we can get any more damage out of this game. It's looking very unlikely, if I'm honest, because our friendly light tank and P43 are over there, and our M12 actually takes out the artillery, bringing an end to the replay. So how did we get on then? We came top of the board again with 3.9k damage, just under 4k, 3 kills, 934 assists, and picking up the first class again, the high caliber medal, and pushing us up to 93.5%. So still got a little while to go, but the next replay is where we get the third mark. So save the best till last, which is the third mark itself. Also ends up being a very nice game, but I won't ruin it entirely. You'll see how I get on here. So we're on Heilbronn. We've got no artillery, which is a bit of a bummer, if I'm honest. I mean, I don't like artillery, but I do when I'm in a light tank, because obviously they provide that little bit more support, that little bit more assist. But unfortunately, we have to make do with 3 tank destroyers and a lot of heavy tanks. And I'm sort of thinking this might actually be a bit of a barren game. But I'm going to play my usual position, which is up on this slope, just poking my tank out. See, we've spotted a tank crossing there, which is that Cobra. Slap a shot in there, damaging his ammo rack. And now I'm going to back off, or make it look like I'm backing off. Decide to turn. I mean, I didn't really lose my spot there, so it's kind of pointless doing that. I should have just ducked down and then moved back up. But we see these tanks crossing. Take my time with a shot. I don't snap any there because those tanks are pretty much crossing out and won't give me any damage, so I won't be able to get the shot off in time. But we do get a shot into that Charlemagne there, putting us on 500 hit points of damage. Now I'm going to move over to the other side, because I kind of feel like, well, probably all the tanks that have crossed over that side there, I probably won't be able to get any more shots in. Nothing will sort of present itself. I say it's only a little window of opportunity there. There's no point in sort of sitting there, sort of for a long period of time, because once all the tanks are crossed, that's pretty much it. You're not going to get anybody else unless there's a straggler, but that'll probably come sort of mid-game maybe. I don't know, you'd just be wasting your time there. So I moved over to this side for two reasons. Mainly to spot anything that might potentially be ahead in the hills, and also potentially if the light tank's over this way, just basically if I can catch anything out. Now I want to make sure that it was safe to cross first. Now that it is safe, I've decided I'm going to sort of get some shots into this T-54, which is kind of stranded in this middle zone here. And you see we've got bushes and trees in between us, so I'm not going to get spotted, so I can just get these shots off all day long. Unfortunately I get lit there, which I'm assuming is the T-54, because now he's sort of moved into our view range. He gets put down to pretty much a one shot by someone else. We actually get the shot in, but we don't roll high enough, and the PTA manages to get the kill. Now we get a snapper shot into that BZ, but we did get targeted there, so that's why I didn't hang over for too long. I just sort of wanted to get the shot off and pop back down. Didn't want to lose any hit points at this stage, but we do manage to get the kill shot into that BZ after he gets tracked. And now this T-32 decides to take his place. So again, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, and I do get shot in. He does get taken out quickly by our friendly team. Now I'm going to turn my attention into tanks that are in the town and wonder if I can potentially get a shot into this cruncher. These rocks are in the way, but I'm just poke out to the right, take my time to aim the shot, and I do squeeze a shot in there, picking up another little bit of damage. Again, I kind of want to see there's a lot of damage on the right hand side. Unfortunately I get lit up by that camping heavy tank there. I'm not really sure what he's doing up there. It's not really the right place to play a heavy, but you know, each to their own. So we do get lit up there, which is not great, but not the end of the world. We don't get shot by that heavy. Then we spot the light tank crossing, so I need to be careful. We need to be aware of that light tank. He's a one shot to us, so that's not too much of an issue. Then we see the Cobra, squeeze a shot in there because we've got the bushes in between us. Decide to get another shot in. I thought we might get away with that, but unfortunately we don't. We do dodge two shells from that Cobra, and then this Conway just comes out of nowhere from the camping hill. We tried getting a shot in, but unfortunately we bounced there, and I'm in a bit of a nightmare because I didn't want to drive all the way forwards as I was going, because then I would sort of run into probably that heavy tank. So I've just come back down here, just getting these rocks in between us and the Conway. Conway did actually pick up a little bit of damage from one of our friendly teammates there. I'm asking the STA2 Black to help us out, and at this point I've decided to go a bit mad and YOLO this Conway, but then their enemy light tank comes out of nowhere, and this is a bit of a difficult situation. The Conway only tracks us, then the LTTB rams us, but he rams us in place. Oh, he's just tracked us, and this, yeah, it's not good. Because we take a shot from the Conway there. Now he's running the big gun as well, so yeah, absolutely slaps us, putting us down to a one shot basically. But I'm not overly fussed. I've done a good amount of damage. I'm just gonna try and see if I can potentially get another shot off here. And you can see this Cobra is on 800 hit points. I'm worried that he's gonna sort of basically get shut down. We do get a shot in, but unfortunately the Cobra, with its very good turret traverse there, manages to swing around and snapshot us, which is a bit of a shame. But I put, if I'd sort of played a little bit more clever there, I could have kept my hit points. Probably wasn't a good idea to go YOLO in the Conway, but I wasn't expecting that light tank to come out of nowhere. I think I would have had that Conway had the light tank not decided to come out and YOLO me for a ram. So bit unfortunate, but is what it is. But anyway, we'll move on to the end of the replay and see how we got on. And there you have it. We picked up the win in the end, and yeah, picked up a really nice 4.3k damage share with 3 kills, 525 assists, picking up the ace tanker and the third mark of excellence. Had a real nice bonus there, getting the ace tanker on the third mark game. So yeah, that is it for the WZ-132, guys. Another tank done, another tank to put away in the garage for good now. It is a fantastic tank, but yeah, it's been on the channel quite a lot. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, so it does help the channel. And as always, I'll catch you next time.